You judging me? You judging me for eating pasta for breakfast?
The weather in Florida has finally become nice enough to be comfortable outside, and it makes me so happy being outdoors during this time of year. This also means I can finally open all the windows in the house and not risk getting mold and let all that beautiful fresh air in while I paint. I've been working on some new water series paintings. My painting time lapses don't really show the true pace of my oil painting process, and everything seems so effortless because I just cram several months of work into a 5-minute time lapse. But in reality, it takes me a really long time. There's often hesitation in my brush strokes. It doesn't feel effortless like a time lapse would make it seem. Sometimes I have to fight a war with my own mind during this whole process. And the paintings I'm showing you now are nowhere near done, but I hope to finish them very soon. I recently bought some much needed new art studio furniture. A table because I need a larger table space area. I'm constantly working on the floor and it's just terrible for my back and my knees. And I also got a new chair because the one I've used for many years now is just not what I want to use anymore. So I treated myself to some upgrades. Honestly, it's made a huge difference and adds a whole new angle and comfort to my studio that I'm really happy with. It can possibly accommodate 2 people working here if I get some assistance for my work, and I'm right next to my African violet babies. Shortly after getting everything set up, I decided to make my first little painting on this table, which was a succulent study in my sketchbook with gouache. We've also set up our Christmas decorations, which is really my favorite part of the holidays. I just love all the cozy lights everywhere, and I love cooking and baking a bunch of things during the holidays. Our neighborhood likes to decorate outside, so this year we put more effort into that as well. It's editing Lena here, and I'm currently editing this exact video that you are watching. I wasn't going to originally include this in the video, but I figured I would, and I wanted to share with you how things are not always what they seem. So you know how in the beginning of this video I had that plein air footage, and it just looked like a wonderful day, plein air painting out in nature. Like, oh, the weather is nice. I think I'm gonna do some plein air painting. And the reason you didn't actually see any painting is because things went horribly wrong. I did not get past the underpainting. The weather's just finally been so nice outside, like you can actually be outside without sweating to death and breathing water in the air. It's just beautiful, and I thought, ooh, I'm gonna go plein air, it's gonna be wonderful. And so I packed up all my stuff. I was ready to paint in nature. I headed off to this park I like to go to sometimes. It's next to my old apartment, and I set up all my stuff. I got my pochade box up and I started on my underpainting. And while I was waiting for my underpainting to dry a little bit, I thought that I would just fly the drone a little bit, get some nice clips, just see what everything looks like from the sky, just something to do while I waited. That was a wonderful flight. I got some wonderful clips and photos of the park and this pond that I was painting. And then Then I flew my drone into some air plants hanging off a tree. In Florida, we have a lot of stuff hanging off the trees. I think they're called Spanish moss. And it was stuck up there for just a little bit, and as it started to tumble down, I tried to catch it, not realizing that the propellers were still spinning, and I ended up slicing up my fingers. Like, almost every finger on my hand was like sliced up. I didn't even realize it at the time. I was just worried about the drone. I'm like, oh god, did I break it? I didn't. The drone's fine. I didn't even realize I was bleeding, and then once I saw that there was like blood on my drone, I thought, oh no. Stupid moment. So I was upset at that point, and I figured I should probably go wash my hands. I should probably head home. I don't live very far. So I started to pack up my things, and while I'm doing that, my painting just flopped into my palette, like face down onto my paint blobs. And then I stepped on my glasses and broke them. Yeah, it was comically terrible, but you wouldn't think it just off of the wonderful clips you saw in the beginning. I was so upset because I was so excited to paint, and I had to go home and like wash my wounds because my hand went into dirt. I actually have not opened my pochade box since then, and my painting is still flopped onto my palette face down, so let's do that. Alright, let's see what atrocity awaits me. Just beautiful. You can kind of see what I was going for. Like, the lake's like right here. Yeah, maybe I should make this into an abstract piece or something. Well, I've given that terrible day some closure now, and the canvas didn't go to waste. Like, I'd probably hang that up. So I'm going to continue editing, and then I'm going to package up some prints and postcards. Speaking of which, there is a holiday sale in my art store right now, so if you go to lenadanyastore.com, you can apply the discount code WINTER to your order, and it will take 20% off all prints. And as a holiday special on my Patreon page, everyone who's pledged $10 in December is going to get 3 extra postcards, and they will arrive in January because I don't know the final amount until like the end of December, so all those will be sent out in January. I'm gonna go and package your print orders and send out my postcards that I need to catch up on.